Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on Bitcoin. We will take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 4-hour in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 4 hours of time. So all this here may look like a couple months worth. It's actually just the past couple of weeks broken down into 4-hour time slices. I like through this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Done Bitcoin very routinely. In fact, pretty much do it every single day right around this time, and want to get things updated here. Although not a whole lot of things to update. Confirmation would probably be more of an accurate term. But first, starting off from more so the big picture point of view. The big picture point of view is essentially, in my opinion, at least revolving around two levels. You have the overall area of resistance up here at that red line, which is valued at 9,500, and then you have the overall area of support down there, and that is valued at 8,400. Then everything else is essentially going on in between. Now, definitely looking at more of a microcosm here of the chart. So, depending on your strategy, depending on your perspective, this may be way more short term than what you would care about. But regardless, like I said, I do this every day, so I want to kind of keep things up to date. But the key level of resistance right now has now become the purple line right there, which is the 50-period simple moving average. And that should not shock anybody, especially if you have an understanding of charts. If you do, I'm sure you're aware of the rule that when levels of support are broken, they do tend to act as resistance, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Going back through the history of the chart, you can see many times before, and if you've watched my past videos, you've seen me talk about this, but this area has acted as support over and over again. However, it did fail right there, so that's where the rule you would expect it to act as resistance, and that is indeed what has exactly happened over the past several hours today. The price has just been struggling to get back up above that purple line. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying therefore it's impossible and the price is never going to get above that purple line. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it makes sense why the price is struggling right up around the $9,200 mark. It just makes sense why that's the case. So short-term wise, yeah, definitely 9,200. That purple line there is going to be that key level of resistance, but that doesn't change the fact that the overall level of resistance remains up there at the 9,500 mark. In the event the price does pull back, I suppose a very shorter term level, I'm not going to keep it up there, but if you would want to draw a trend line that looks something like this, one of the worst trend lines I've ever seen, but you get the idea. You could draw a trend line like that, and that would kind of give you a shorter term area of support. But again, from the big picture point of view, it's still all about 8,400. So not a whole lot to update, within the past 24 hours, other than, the stubborn area of resistance right now is definitely that purple line right up there, the 50-period simple moving average. So let's see what the next 24 hours bring. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.